All right, so we're going to deep dive into angel numbers today.
Ooh, okay.
Have you ever seen the same number sequences over and over again?
Yeah, actually.
You glance at the clock and it's 11.11, and then
Yeah.
later you get a receipt and the total is $3.33.
Mm,
Some people think that these repeating digits are more than just coincidence.
right.
They're called angel numbers.
Okay.
So we're going to focus on the meaning of 353.
All right.
Our source is this article by Ian Parkin on psychicjunkie.com.
Okay, cool.
He kind of breaks down what this specific angel number might symbolize.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty interesting.
So what's interesting is Parkin views these angel numbers as these little nudges from the universe, almost like a cosmic telegram.
Oh, wow.
Offering guidance.
Yeah.
He starts by dissecting the individual digits. So the number 3 is all about creativity, expansion, and joy.
Right.
Think of it as that spark of inspiration or the feeling of boundless possibility.
Got it.
Then we have the number 5, which embodies courage change and making those big life decisions, putting them together.
Yeah.
And you've got a potent combination.
Okay, seeing where this is going.
Yeah.
Sounds like 353 might be a sign to embrace change and go after what makes your soul sing.
Exactly.
Well, what about this whole idea of aligning with your higher truth and soul's purpose?
Right.
To be honest, those terms always sound a bit esoteric to me.
Right. Can feel a little vague.
Yeah.
But think of your higher truth as your internal compass.
Okay.
It's that gut feeling that tells you what feels right and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
That deep down knowing of who you are and what you truly value.
Okay.
Your soul's purpose then is the map you're following on this journey.
I see.
It's about figuring out what unique gifts you have to offer the world and how you can use them to make a meaningful impact.
So 353 flashing before your eyes could be that red flag waving, urging you to check if your actions are matching up with those core values.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But how do you actually put this knowledge into practice?
Right.
Does Parkin offer any concrete ways to work with angel numbers?
He does.
Okay.
One suggestion is to start a numerology journal.
Okay.
Every time you spot 353, jot down where you saw it and what you were doing or thinking at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You might start to notice some fascinating patterns emerge.
Kind of like becoming a detective for your own life.
Yeah.
Looking for clues in these recurring numbers.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
What else does he recommend?
Parkin also suggests incorporating focused meditation into your routine.
Mm-hmm.
Picture the number 353 clearly in your mind and just sit with it.
Okay.
Let the energy of the number wash over you and see what insights or feelings bubble up.
Interesting.
And then there are affirmations,
Okay.
which are basically positive statements you repeat to yourself to shift your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Parkin provides a specific affirmation tied to 353.
Okay.
With the guidance of the 353 angel number, I am open to positive change and aligned with my purpose. Even just saying those words out loud can be surprisingly powerful.
I can see how repeating an affirmation like that could really solidify your intentions and help you stay focused on what truly matters.
Yeah.
It's like programming your subconscious mind for success, right?
Exactly. It's like planting a seed in your mind and watching it grow.
Right.
And this brings us to the heart of why angel numbers like 353 might be so captivating for people.
Uh-huh.
It's not just about woo-woo mysticism.
Right.
It ties into personal development in a really tangible way.
You're right. It's not about predicting the future or waiting for some magical transformation.
Yeah.
It's about using these signs as a springboard for growth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Parkin seems to suggest that angel numbers can act as catalysts for developing your intuition and mindfulness.
Okay.
When you start noticing these patterns, you're essentially tuning in to a subtler frequency in your environment.
Interesting.
They're paying attention to things you might have otherwise overlooked, and that can have a ripple effect on your overall awareness.
It's like you're suddenly more present in your life, more attuned to the little details and synchronicities that are always there, but you just weren't seeing them before.
Precisely. And that heightened awareness can then feed into your decision-making process.
Oh.
If 353 is about aligning with your higher truth and purpose, becoming more mindful can help you make choices that resonate with that deeper knowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about letting the number dictate your life, but rather using it as a tool to become more conscious of the path you're on.
It's like having a gentle reminder to pause and ask yourself, does this decision feel aligned with who I truly am and where I want to go? And speaking of personal experiences, I'm curious, have you ever encountered anything like this? Any strange coincidences or repeating numbers that made you go, Maybe there's something to this.
You know, I've always tried to approach these things with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah.
But I'd be lying if I said I haven't had a few experiences that left me scratching my head. There was a time when I was feeling really burned out and uninspired in my work.
Right.
I felt like I was going through the motions, and I desperately needed a change.
Yeah.
But I was terrified of making the wrong move.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well.
Yeah.
That sense of being stuck in a rut but too scared to jump out. What happened?
Well, it was during that period that I started seeing the number 222 everywhere.
Really?
Literally everywhere.
Wow.
On clocks, license plates, even the price of my morning coffee.
Oh, wow.
At first, I shrugged it off as a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
But then I started to look into it.
Right.
And I found that 222 is often associated with themes of balance, harmony, and trusting the journey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did those interpretations resonate with you at all, given what you were going through at the time?
They did.
Oh, wow.
It was as if the universe was trying to tell me to relax, have faith in myself, and trust that things would work out. And you know what? That's exactly what happened. A few weeks later, I was offered a new opportunity that completely aligned with my passions and skills.
Wow.
It was a leap of faith, but it turned out to be the best decision I could have made.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah.
It sounds like those repeating twos were more than just a random occurrence.
Right.
They were a nudge from the universe, a sign to trust the process and embrace the change that was coming your way.
That's how I see it now.
That's amazing.
And it made me realize that even if you're not fully convinced about the spiritual side of things,
Right.
paying attention to these patterns and synchronicities can still be incredibly insightful.
It's like a way of tapping into your subconscious mind, getting in touch with that deeper wisdom that we all have access to,
Right.
but often ignore.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who might be encountering these angel numbers or other repeating patterns, what's the key takeaway? What should they do with this information?
I think the most important thing is to simply be open to the possibility that there might be more to these occurrences than meets the eye. Don't dismiss them outright, but don't get too hung up on them either.
Right.
View them as an invitation to explore, to pay closer attention to your inner voice, and to trust that you're being guided even in the midst of uncertainty.
It's about finding that balance between curiosity and discernment, right?
Yeah.
Not blindly following every sign you see, but also not shutting yourself off from the possibility of something greater at play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, the ultimate goal isn't just to decode the meaning of a specific number,
Right.
but to use that knowledge as a springboard for personal growth and self-discovery. It's about connecting with your own inner wisdom and using it to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling.
Yeah, it's like those angel numbers are little breadcrumbs leading us back to ourselves. And that makes me wonder if numbers can hold deeper, meaning what other everyday things might be trying to tell us something.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's a song that keeps popping up on your playlist, or a chance encounter with someone who says just the right thing at just the right time.
Oh, that's such a great point. We're constantly bombarded with information and stimuli.
Yeah.
It's easy to miss those subtle signs and synchronicities. But if we slow down, tune in, and take attention,
Right.
who knows what we might discover?
Right. It's like we've got this whole secret language of the universe swirling around us,
Yeah,
and we just need to learn how to decipher it.
exactly.
Maybe everyone has their own personal angel number,
Yeah.
a recurring symbol or pattern that holds a unique meaning just for them.
Maybe it's not even a number.
Oh.
Maybe it's a certain animal you keep seeing, a specific phrase that keeps popping into your head, or even a recurring dream.
Okay.
It's about recognizing those patterns and asking yourself, what is this trying to tell me?
I love that.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who are ready to embark on their own Decode the Universe adventure, what's the best way to get started?
I'd say the most important thing is to cultivate that sense of curiosity and openness.
Okay.
Don't force it, but be receptive to those little nudges and whispers from the universe. Start paying attention to the things that catch your eye or spark your interest. Notice any recurring themes or patterns in your life.
And maybe even jot those things down in a journal like we talked about earlier.
Yeah,
You never know what insights might emerge when you start connecting the dots.
absolutely. Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-discovery.
Right.
It helps you tap into your subconscious mind and uncover those hidden patterns and connections you might not be consciously aware of. And who knows, maybe those insights will lead you to your own personal angel number or symbolic guidepost.
So to wrap things up, we've taken a deep dive into the world of angel numbers,
Right.
specifically the meaning of 353.
Yeah.
We learned that it might symbolize growth courage, and alignment with our higher purpose.
Exactly.
But even more than that, we explored the idea that these repeating numbers could be invitations to become more mindful, more intuitive, and more attuned to the subtle language of the universe.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
It's been a fascinating conversation.
It really has.
Thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And all our listeners out there, keep an eye out for those angel numbers.
And all those other signs.
And let us know what you find. Until next time.
Bye.
Happy exploring.